Welcome to NFL Week 5 of 5 Picks in 5 Minutes. I'm your host, Marino, aka The Rookie, lucky to be joined by the veteran Chris Raybon. Now, why do I say that? We are coming off a big week. First of all, I finally got a win. Thank you, Chiefs. But more importantly, Raybon, you went 3-0 again. How do you feel about us keeping this momentum going?
I like it. I told you were going to get a win. You just had to keep chugging at them, and got some luck going our way too. So that's always helpful. It's going to be a long season, but hopefully we can keep stacking these wins.
All right, slow and steady. Here we go. But before we get started, I do want to remind everybody, you can track all your picks on the award-winning Action Network app. The NFL season, also just a really good time to sign up for an Action Pro subscription where you can get exclusive player prop picks from Sean Kerner, plus expert articles, and a whole lot more, once again, with Action Pro. All right, Raybon, it's that time. Let's get your first pick.
Go with the Denver Broncos -3 against the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are just banged up. They're missing Adams, Mayer on offense, some linemen. Max Crosby's banged up as well, may not play. And Denver's faced 4 defenses all in the top half in DVOA, Pittsburgh, the Jets. So both of these teams are coming off highs, but I think the Raiders have gotten a lot luckier. They should have lost that game last week against Cleveland. So give me Denver at home.
Yeah, I feel like the Raiders' vibes are just not where you want them to be. So that's one pick down. Let me give you my first pick. Washington -3. And look, I'm nervous. I admit I'm nervous just because, siding with the public can always be a little sketchy. I just got to go with what my eyes are telling me. And Washington's offense has been truly impressive. And the Browns defense, they just haven't scared me all that much. I just actually believe in Jaden Daniels more at this point than Deshaun Watson. And I know, Washington coming off a big win on the road out west last week. But if you look at the data provided by Evan Abrams, it actually supports that this isn't necessarily a letdown spot. So give me the Commies -3.
Yeah, and I think it's important that you kind of thought about that potentially being a letdown spot. And I do think the Sharps are probably going to be on the Cleveland Browns, but I'm kind of with you. I think that this is one where I could not bet on Deshaun Watson in that offense right now. I just think there's potential for it to still be just as bad as it has been these first few weeks. So this rookie quarterback Daniels, the models, it's hard to account for somebody so efficient. Now, it's not going to be sustainable all year at this rate, but you don't need as much as you think to beat the Browns. So I don't hate it, but it's good that you were at least looking out for that potential letdown spot, because that happens. You see that a ton in the NFL, but I think Washington is probably the safer pick, to be completely honest.
I appreciate the support. All right, what's next for you?
Let's go with the Texans +1 at home as a dog against the Buffalo Bills. This is a spot where, you probably think it is a bounce back spot for Buffalo. Houston hasn't looked quite right, but I think Houston matches up really well. They could attack those Buffalo safeties. Poyer and Hyde are long gone. You got Hamlin playing back there. Taylor Rapp is concussed. So I think that's really important. And then Houston, top 5 in run defense. And Buffalo loves to go super run heavy, and that's what they've been doing. And that's why it was so jarring when they actually got behind against Baltimore. So I think Houston can put them in that same kind of game script. CJ Stroud as a dog, 5-2 against the spread. So give me Houston as a very short underdog out.
Yeah, I have no problem with this. Nothing really to add. I support you. My next pick and my final pick for the week is going to be Arizona +7.5. This is more about the number than anything else. And when you look at this season through 4 weeks, NFL dogs of 6 or more points are 14-2-1. ATS are over 87%. Also, speaking of Action Pro, there's a system that supports betting dogs after a blowout with a win percentage of 57 and +11% ROI. I compared this, with the trends from our director of research, Evan Abrams, which also support it. Essentially, Arizona got their ass kicked last week, and they're going to want to try to bounce back. And I think the number works here for that.
Yeah, and you're getting 7 and the hook. And listen, Arizona is the right side of this one. I almost landed on this one for one of my picks. Now, the reason I kind of stayed away was because I just don't like this Arizona defense going against the San Francisco offense in a bounce back spot. Like, that's still a tough matchup. I know San Francisco can run it up, but you're exactly right. If you're betting this game, you have to bet Arizona. And if you just blindly bet this kind of trend, more often than not, you're going to be up. So I have no problem with it. I might be there, might join you, but I got to look more into this, and we'll see if the number gets even larger, because it's been kind of hovering in that 7.5 range. It hasn't like flatlined at 7, so maybe it goes up to 8. We'll see. So that's something to watch as well. But yeah, this is a sharp play that even I didn't fully pull the trigger on yet. So I applaud you for that one.
It's a long, grueling season, Raybon, and I feel like you're just trying to encourage me to keep going. But all right, what's your final pick?
Oh man, I might need encouragement here, because I am laying points with the winless Jacksonville Jaguars, -2.5 at home against the Indianapolis Colts. I don't think Jonathan Taylor is going to play or be effective. If he does, I think that favors Jacksonville. Also, this Jags team really not as bad as people think. They're in the top half of the league in early down success rate on offense. They've lost 3 one-score games by 3, 5, and 4. It's just everyone remembers the primetime blowout against Buffalo. So at home against this Gus Bradley defense, Trevor Lawrence has a lot of success. And this Jags team in general, when they're at home and Indianapolis comes to town, 8-0 straight up, 8-0 against the spread versus Indy at home since 2015, covering by over 20 points per game over that span. So got to roll with the winless Jags here.
It's one of those ugly kind of picks, but I also feel like it's now or never for Jacksonville. So I totally get where you're at. And that's going to do it for a relatively scary week 5, but we're going to be okay. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss one of these episodes, and comment below with your favorite bets for the week. Chris Raybon, thank you, and good luck this week.